Welcome everyone to another installment of the MRL Fastlane here for episode 13, covering the Sunday and Monday Xfinity series at Darlington. It was Darlington week for the entirety of MRL, and there was a lot of good racing. So, to kind of put everything in perspective, we've been noticing that the Xfinity series has been on a string of 25% lately, which is a good thing, honestly. And, well, you didn't hear this from me, but next season, that may be a mainstay. You're gonna hear something about that in the near future. But 25%, or let me rephrase that, the uncertainty of knowing if you're running a 25 or a 50% is what makes great strategic planning and what brings the best drivers to the forefront. So that is a big outlook on how this race went. So we had the Sunday race as well as the Monday race, both being 25%. So thankfully for the Monday guys, they saw what worked and what didn't with the Sunday. But to talk about what happened at Chicagoland just real quick, because again, I didn't put a Fastlane episode for them, and I apologize about that. But the Chicagoland races were also 25%. So they were good 50 laps. It was all about strategy, and just like last week at Chicagoland, strategy was a big thing this week. So Xander won on Sunday with Chicagoland, and then you have Blakey T winning on Monday. Blakey T came from fourth all the way to win, and it was a close neck-and-neck battle with Nathan. And again, if you hear some paper shuffling, it's because I have my notes right in front of me, so that's what I'm messing with right now. So you have this week with Sunday, the points have been reshuffled. There is a big gap with the Sunday series in favor of UK going into this race. BS 14 cars is in P2, and then you have Nathan on Monday with only a 31 point gap going into this race on Packers. So let's start from the top here and go into the Sunday series. So the Sunday series, you can see that the 11 of Xander running custom throwbacks, really good schemes actually. That you can see here. There are some that chose not to, of course. The 54 of UK with the Dale throwback, and there were some, like right here. This is Liam. We're on board with him. That is a Martin Truex Jr. throwback, number 78. It was perfect. And of course, there were some that didn't. You have Martin Truex Jr. as well. Two Martin Truex Jr. throwbacks with Paul Rank in the background. So that is a cool little thing that you can see the creativity from these guys here. So as you're kind of going and getting all lined up, they had to do 2 laps. So we're going to kind of skip ahead to the race start. You can just see exactly the strategies that worked out. You have people, obviously, with 37 laps was on docket. A lot of people assumed that it would be a one-stop. I'm going to show you something real quick. So, coming on the initial get-off, Xander immediately takes to the gun. But the 98, we're calling this. Again, thank you to Packers, actually. Packers is actually up in the booth with me, as well as Be Right Racing up here. So thank you to those two for helping me out. We thought that he just did not have a good get off the line, because think about it, the main pack is already right here, and he's already back here. However, we soon realized that he's trying to make a generally conceived no stop or one stop into a no stop. He is not planning on pitting at all. And you have Xander, who is already putting the pedal to the metal right now. And so, like, in BS's mind, in the 98's mind, if he wants to make the strategy work, he has to save from the get-go. You see a lot of good runs being made right there. Justin Shaka specifically right there, getting both on the outside of UK. Now, UK said plenty of times that he's going to try to make to wear out Xander's stuff, so he is forced into pitting for 4 tires, because you're going to see another thing. There is another strategy that's going to apply here. So there is like essentially splitting this race in half, taking 4 tires, bada bing, bada boom, there you go. There's also waiting until the last possible second to pit and then taking 2 tires. That's also another strategy. And that is actually what some of the drivers are going to do. We're going to kind of skip ahead a little bit. This is actually a very short race. Race starts right here and ends like right here. It's a 20-minute race. It's very, very short. I think the shortest of the season so far. But still, there's a lot of things that happened. You can see that people are already getting loose. Keep in mind, people are on a base preset right now. Not everyone is. We keep going back to BS right here, because BS is for sure the one person on a no stop here. Now, one thing that I noticed right here, that UK has caught back up to Xander, but Xander realizes what the 98 is doing, and I think it's a little too late. You could see that Xander's starting to back up his entry, and UK's closing it on in. It's a little too late for that, but you have to have saved a little bit. He tried and tried, but you're going to see as pit stops already start to happen, people... Oh, that's not the pit road. This is the backstretch. UK has taken the lead as pit stops have happened. UK has pushed Xander enough that he's just like, you know what, just keep going ahead. Yep, pit stops are happening right now. You can see people are on pit road. Bam. So people are splitting this race in half, and there are also people that are, like UK, that will go and take 2 tires. Again, this is a very short race, 37 laps at Darlington, compared to the 180 that the Cup Series just did. It's a sprint compared to what these guys are usually doing. And you can see that right now, UK has passed BS, so BS is technically on the lap down. Liam is also on pit road. You can see Justin Shackett as well. These two are on the same strategy. Liam had a little bit of issues, so he would have been right up there as well. However, he had a really good show of it, and was able to make his strategy work to what he wanted to do. Trump Train had a little bit of issues. He had to pit twice, actually, so he unfortunately will finish down in the order. But UK is going to try to make the 2 tire stop work, and we're going to see if that works here. You can see him come down pit road. We're gonna kind of skip ahead. Oh, hang on. Of course, buffering. We had to pull on away because we wanted to check in and see where BS was and to see if he would take the lead. We assumed that UK would just... You see, he's already down and away. He took not 4 tires, but 2 tires. And because of that, BS was actually able to get his lap back right there. But he was not able to get the lead, which is unfortunate because Xander's still leading. Xander's still here. So BS was able to get his lap back, but Xander is still out there trying to go all the way. And you're going to see right now, right here is Trump Train's second stop is what we saw right there. But coming to the end of the race, BS was actually able to make the no-stop work. So excellent strategic planning for him. However, it did not allow him the... Essentially, what I'm trying to say is by doing that, he was not as quick as he would need to in order for that to happen. But you have Justin Shackett and you have Liam that are trying to chase on down the 98. They're right. He's right here. The 98's right here. And this is the 11. They're trying to get past him. So there's still a handful of laps left. And you can see that these guys are doing their best. There's Justin Shackett, and Liam is back here. And he's doing... he's still the leader right now. Xander is still currently the leader, but he is tiptoeing around this place, trying to make the no stop work. Can he do it? I mean, we're gonna. This is like 2 to go at this point, so we're gonna just kind of keep it on board with this. Like, he is creeping around here. We're coming to 2 to go right now. So right now he's on 3, coming to 2. And you can see that Liam just went past. Right there. He blew a right rear. I thought it was a right front based on how it kind of slammed, but it kind of makes sense because of how he can't really control. He blew a right rear, and because of that, now we're looking for UK at this point. Where is he at? There he is. This is, like I said, 2 to go, guys. 2 to go, and the leader just blew a tire. If this isn't a Cars moment, I don't know what is. Because UK, you can see that Xander is right here. He's going to try wall riding right now. Just creep around here. That's what he has to do. And, yeah, that is done and dusted. UK takes the lead with, you have Trump Train back there as well. So UK going out and actually taking the lead. This is the white flag now. BS. Oh yeah, Xander is not having a fun time right now. But coming back around, BS was actually able to. I'm gonna say BS must have been like on like 2% or something like that. He could have had P2 if he would have fought, but he got out of the way. So good job, excellent heads up driving for him for just giving it to Justin Shackett. But Liam then comes home with a P3. So I don't know if it was planned or if that's what he was trying to do, but he went around and was actually able to get a P4 out of it. So it didn't quite work. You can see that qualifying here, there's only 2 times on the board. Everyone kind of was basically right where they were. UK had the optimal bottom lane because you wanted to start on the bottom. However, in the race results, you have UK only of 2 leaders. It was either Xander or UK that actually led a lap. So UK picking up the most points, 180. Justin Shackett, excellent job. Another podium to add to his name. And Liam, another podium as well. Both second podium in their careers. So excellent job from those 2 guys. And BS, but I don't know. BS must have been on like 2% or something like that and was just tiptoeing around there. But still, a P4 is a P4, and points are points. And especially when it comes to the combined standings, we're going to get to that later, and how that finish could actually reflect the overall championship. So, excellent job from these guys here. That was the Sunday series. Quickly to look at the points. UK extends his gap over BS because P1 and P4 right here, that's where they finished, so naturally he extended the gap. Xander tried to close on in, but right now UK is in a position that he can actually close it on out within, should next race go well, he can probably close it out within a race. Technically, realistically, the only way he loses it is if he cannot race a week. And there's 3 races left. There's Charlotte, the Charlotte Roval, and then Homestead. So, 3 races left, much like the Cup Series. And realistically, all he needs to do is just show up, put in a lap, bada bing, bada boom. But it's racing and anything can happen. So, that is the points and, of course, the stats. I do want to point out, like I said, Justin Shackett and Liam both got their second podiums for the day, so excellent job. Golf clap for them. This is their podiums. The first time they got it was at Atlanta, and then Mid-Ohio for Liam right here. So excellent job. Liam ties his best finish, and then Justin Shackett actually beats it. So excellent job from those 2. BS had a brilliant strategy. He tried. He did something out of the box, and we always applaud that here at MRL. He tried something different, and it almost worked. And honestly, if he would have fought a little bit more, he would have finished P2. But again, that's the racer prerogative, and that's the racer mentality, and he wanted to just get out of the way. So, golf clap for him. He did an excellent job and was actually able to get a P4 out of it, slightly adding to his average finish. Of course, you have these guys that did their best, like Tom selling dreams. Tom had a spun at some point, so he was not able to have a as good of a race. But he did have a solid finish of 7th, as well as Trump Train. He did have to pit twice, so his tire wear was just way too bad. But that's sometimes how the cookie crumbles. And like I said, in terms of the Xfinity points, basically everything's starting to settle on in. It's unfortunate with D's. He is going to be back on track here soon. I do believe within a week. So not in time for this week, this race week, but he should be able to get it in time for 2 races left in the season, maybe the last race of the season. But it's unfortunate from D's as well. When this got posted, he was just like, oh, this is gut-wrenching. But, that's, like I said, sometimes how the cookie crumbles. You can't predict when misfortune's going to happen, but we look forward to having D's back on track, and we are glad it's going to be sooner rather than later. So that was the Sunday series. Let's go to the Monday series. So, most of these guys, like Packers, was actually in the race, commentating with me. In the booth for this race was B Right Racing, as well as Cade. So thank you guys for for coming on, and we also had 2 new people join us for the Monday series. Now, I do want to point out, as I take a quick swig of my coffee real quick. With the sign-up sheet, we originally was going to have 10 people in this race, which would be more than enough for a 50%er. However, Blakey T was not racing. He had to work. Baseball Kid lagged out before the race even started. And then we had one person, unfortunately, just not have... just not get in on time, and they also did not make it. So, actually, we would have had 11 if that was the case. But either way, that put the race number to 8 yet again. So that is a 25%er. So, this really helped those guys here. Because for everyone that was watching the Sunday race, this is the Monday race now. Having all of this in mind, fresh in their minds, and be able to go out and actually, recreate their strategy. They saw from BS that it didn't quite work. The no-stop didn't quite work, so you will have to pit. Now, will you be pitting for 4? Could you undercut enough that 4 tires will work, which is what Justin Jack and Liam did? Or will you do what UK did and run it out and be able to run it out and have and make the 2 tire stop? So, we're going to see right here, as this plays, the qualifying, Cyber will be on pole. Cyber making his 3rd series start, and actually, we're going to be glad to see him. He is going to be using the rest of his starts for the rest of the season. So Charlotte Roval, as well as Homestead, excellent work from him. I'm glad to have him back. Nathan in P2, Worst Cod with his best qualifying show so far, and then BD in P4. So excellent job from those guys. BD and our Heron are going to be the first 2. Kalen, I do want to point out, lagged out as the race started. As they loaded in, he lagged out. So that was unfortunate from him. Kalen will not be actually racing, but he will get points because he did technically start. So that is unfortunate. But everyone here from the qualifying Packers raced. Baseball Kid lagged out, so he was not racing. Kalen lagged out. He would have lined up there. Dakota raced. And then, honestly, from that, then you have our Heron that was starting dead last here. But you can see that as the race goes, they are lining up. Cyber's going to be on the pole. and he will line up. But I want to point out just how tricky Darlington is. You have 2 lines and basically a track that's a lane and a half wide. So excellent work from from Heron here to kind of get off of to get out of the pack here. But you can see the 7 of Warscott did unfortunately thankfully it didn't mess up these guys like BD BD and Heron like enough for it to actually come up here and bite them in the butt. However, it does allow for the top 3 to kind of pull on away. BD will be back, so don't worry about that. For any BD fans out there, Cyber does hit the wall, and that allows for... this is only lap 2, by the way. Allows for Nathan to actually get back to the lead. Now, Packers senses blood in the water. It is trying to get on past. You have the Packers trying to get on past Cyber, and you have behind that Dakota Drake and BD. See, BD's already back. Dakota Drake trying to catch on up for the top 5 to actually come forward. However, kind of skipping ahead a little bit, Nathan now is gonna still have the lead, and you can see the top 4 is all within a line, all giving each other room. That's exactly what we want to see now. But the games are already being played. You can see that these guys honestly are in the best position possible. Packers and BD, honestly, you want to be in the back of the pack. You want to... everyone gets loose at the same time right there. I thought that was funny. But these guys are in the best position because they are able to save some tire. Remember, UK pit well within 10 to go for his 2 tire stop. When did these guys come on down? When did they pull that trigger? So, actually, you're going to see that trigger being pulled here relatively quick because BD is starting to lose the front pack a little bit. BD will actually be first to come on down pit road. I wonder if I can catch it. I didn't quite catch the watermark, but yeah. But you can see that everyone is now in a different strategy. Everyone's thinking, okay, do I need to take 4? Do I need to take 2? And the stops are actually going to start taking place. Like I said, with BD pulling the trigger first. Right here. Yep, BD coming down, and he's 100% going to be taking 4. This is halfway, so this is, just for all intents and purposes, this is lap 20. And then you have everyone else starting to follow in the next couple laps. Nathan has currently led every single lap apart from lap 1. Cyber led the first lap, and then we're going to have another leader here. But you can see that top 3 is starting to pull away. It's all about making sure you don't speed, because in this short of a race, speeding is everything. Speeding is an automatic, my race is done. So, it's unfortunate if anyone should happen, but I've seen it happen before. But you're going to see the 16 now on pit road. That is Dakota Drake now coming on down pit lane. Everyone just kind of minding their P's and Q's, and you're going to see that Cyber right there does, out of this top 3, pull the trigger first, and he's going to be taking 4 tires. And now that means that Packers, usually who stays on out, will stay on out, and it's Nathan that comes on down quick. Now this is coming to 13 to go. Packers will lead a lap right here, so excellent job from him. So that is 5 bonus points to add to his increasing amount to Nathan. So excellent job from him, and then we'll pit the last lap after that. So to kind of remind everyone, that is Cyber who pulled the trigger first. He took 4. Packers pit 2 laps after that. However, Nathan, Agent Orange, I want to point out, was ballsy enough, had the cojones enough to take 2 tires. Yes, you heard me correct. With 13 laps to go, he took 2 tires. And to me, I thought that couldn't be done. we're going to see just how much 4 tires will be able to chase on down 2 tires. So to kind of keep in mind, Cyber is right here. Nathan is right there. Yep, he's going 3 and 4. That is the difference that 4 tires make. Cyber, very clean pass, is going to make on BD. BD giving him plenty of room, and Cyber's just going to motor on around. There's a lot of black cars in the race. I just noticed that. So yeah, now Cyber's going to be a man on a mission, trying to chase on down. There's Packers right there, having a little bit of time lost because of when he pit 2 laps after Cyber, so he's going to be trying to chase on down as well. Kind of skip ahead a little bit. Coming to there's Nathan, and then there's Cyber. The gap is closing. And then eventually coming to the white flag, I want to say it's like right here. Skipping ahead again. Oh. The gap has been closed to literally just 5 car lengths, but the race is over. Nathan was actually able to hold on out, and we heard from him himself in the post-race interview that he had 1% left on his left rear. So, because of that, he would not have made it another corner. He timed that strategy out perfectly, and 13 laps to go while pitting was the most that anyone could race on 2 tires. So we found that out. Excellent job from him. So to kind of go on through the full race results, we had Nathan, Agent Orange. We had Cyber, P2, Packers, P3, BD, P4. BD had, after pitting a little bit too soon, was not able to quite hold it with Cyber and Packers here. So those two were able to motor on by Dakota. P5, Heron was actually able to get a solid P6 out of it. Worst caught P7. And then Kalen, who, like I said, was not able to quite make it to the grid in P8. So that is the finishing results from the Monday series at Darlington. Let's look at the points for Monday. Nathan extends his gap because of where he finished first to third. That's a 10-point deficit. So he gains 10 points. So easy math there. So the gap is now 41. 41 points to Packers, and that is exactly what he wants. As we go to the end of the season, 3 more races left. Like I said, it is Charlotte, the Charlotte Roval, and then Charlotte Roval, and then Homestead. He would like a little bit more points. It's definitely not like Sunday, where he has 127. UK has. It's 41. Technically, this is actually the closest championship for every series, and that is the big thing. So, we have Worstcott, who actually moved up into P3. And that's because Kalen was not, because of that 1 week miss. He was actually able. Baseball Kid did not show up, and also did not put in the time. Blakey, same thing. They both big loss here. So excellent job from Worstcott. P3 in the title fight. Good job. Still a race behind, so realistically he can't really get it, but anything can happen. Dakota, excellent job gaining a spot. Brandon, to be expected, he has 2 more starts for the race, and he's going to be starting at Charlotte and Homestead, I do believe. Cyber, of course, moving on up as well. He is actually going to be looking at the rest of the season out, and then Heron and BD, excellent job from them as well, moving on up in the standings. Well, because this is their first time. So, excellent job from these guys. Golf clap all around. So, we have a little bit of shakeup in the stats as well. In terms of the full-timers, who I would classify as anyone with basically full 4 or more starts. Just making sure on something. All right, perfect. I would have to say that Blakey T is now the best in terms of overall average finish, as well as Nathan having a very solid third average finish. However, Packers is right there as well. That is why these two are so close in points right here. And just looking at their overall finishes, you have Nathan, who's a little bit more over the board, which is first, fourth, seventh, fourth, but second, first. Right here, I'm going to look at these. Meanwhile, Packers is fourth, third, and third. So slightly better. And that is, Charlotte is going to be the big one here to kind of look at to see where everyone is going to land. I'm looking forward to seeing what these guys can do. So let's go into what everyone's been waiting for and go into the power rankings for this week. So let's start with Sunday. I think... Oh! I almost forgot. We look at these combined points. Currently, BS over Kalen, who did not have as good of a race as what he would like. BS currently has a full race distance over Kalen. And should he continue this gap, all he needs to do is, if he finishes 180 plus or 181 points above Kalen entering Homestead, he wins the title. So excellent show from these guys. However, the ones that really were hit hard were the ones that didn't show up. Baseball Kid, Blakey T, and D's. Currently, these guys are the ones on the inside looking out. And D's right here, 320 points compared to Dakota's 345. 25 points separate the relegation to make it into the Cup Series next season. So that is a big thing that can happen. Pardon me. I just woke up and I'm like really stuffed up when that happened, so I apologize. Tom Songren was making up a spot on Casey, who did not show up as well. So basically, a lot of these people that fell were the ones that did not show, nor did they put in a lap. So that just shows. Put in a lap. That is what these guys do in order to move on up, is at least put in a lap. So that is what the combined standings has. A bit of a surprise for him specifically, but BS is a solid, consistent driver, and he deserves to have that spot. So into the power rankings. Sunday, of course, we have to look at UK as the man in charge right now. He is the one having the Sunday standings by the cojones. He is the one that is really, really good at Charlotte. However, of course, we cannot deny the speed that is Xander. So we're gonna see what Xander can do up in Charlotte as well. Can he close that gap? It's gonna be close. But what can BS do as well? BS, these are my top three. I think these are the ones that we should be looking at consistently. However, in terms of my actual dark horse picks, I would have to say honestly, Liam is my dark horse pick for Charlotte. I think knowing how he is at Charlotte, he can get the job done. Charlotte's actually one of his better tracks. Justin Shack came in close second for this dark horse pick, but I think Liam is the one to really watch for the Sunday series at Charlotte. So to kind of recap, UK number 1 in the power rankings, Xander P2, and then BS P3, with my dark horse being Liam. Monday, Nathan, 100%. 100% the man in charge of the Monday series, with Packers being P2. I think, so first, right here in my power rankings, Packers P2. Consistency is key, and you can see right here just how consistent these guys are. Of course, Charlotte is both a track that they're really good at, but so is the entire field. In for the Monday series. The Monday series is going to be one of the main ones to watch, just not because of how close the title is, but because everyone's good at Charlotte in this series. So who will be the best of the best and who will come out on top. In terms of the third power ranking, I would have to say Cyber. I know for sure he's going to start at Charlotte, so Cyber's going to be also another good one to watch. So we're going to see what he can do as well. So in terms of my dark horse pick for Monday, I'll have to give it to Dakota. Dakota, I know he's good at Charlotte. Like I said, everyone's good at Charlotte, and if he can actually have a good solid run at Charlotte, there we go. Like that will, if he can just get a better finish than fourth and get his first podium, oh, he'd be ecstatic. So I want to see what Dakota can do in Charlotte on Monday. Look for him up front. So yeah, guys, this is the end of the episode. Thank you all so much for coming on in. We covered the Sunday and Monday series. Congrats to our winners, UK on Sunday, and then Nathan, Agent Orange on Monday. Excellent show from these guys. They definitely deserve the win. Strategy was key for them, and they both made it work. Of course, the titles very different in both series, with 127 points gap and then 41. So these guys have a lot of work to do, especially in the combined standings. The exclusive guys are looking to move forward. So BS is looking to extend his gap to Kalen. There's a lot of work. There's a lot of whispers in the garage. Stay tuned for Monday. I will be making the announcement during the broadcast on what exactly the Xfinity is going to be turned into, because next game there won't be an Xfinity series, because it is going to be a Cup exclusive series based on the game itself. So the game is only going to have Cup, so we have to evolve the Xfinity series into something else. So look for that announcement on Monday. Hopefully you guys have a really good day. Thank you all so much for watching. And this has been your host, Private Patton with Millennium Racing League, signing out. Peace.